In a studio in Florence, one of the most famous paintings in history was created. Today, it is known as the world's most celebrated artwork, but its journey to fame had many surprises. The painting was made by Leonardo da Vinci, who worked on it off and on for several years toward the end of his career. At first, it was seen as a minor piece, admired for its shading but mostly ignored. But now it is so popular and valued at billions of dollars. So what gives it its fame? And why has it become such an iconic status? It is believed that Leonardo began the Monalisa portrait in 1503, when a businessman from Florence asked him to paint a picture of his wife, Lisa Gherardini. Leonardo worked on the painting for over 10 years, but it was still not finished when he passed away. During his lifetime, Leonardo was also fascinated by how the human eye sees the world. His studies in human optics led him to develop new techniques in art, some of which can be seen in the Mona Lisa. One of these techniques was atmospheric perspective, where he made objects in the distance appear softer and blurrier, creating a deep, almost endless space in his paintings. He named this newfound technique sfumato, and with it, Leonardo blended colors so smoothly that the edges of shapes seemed to fade into one another, giving the painting a soft, lifelike quality. Yet, as remarkable as these methods were, they weren't enough to instantly make the Mona Lisa the world's most famous painting. At the time, many experts viewed it as an exceptional Renaissance portrait, but it was just one among many, as history is full of extraordinary paintings. What really pushed the Mona Lisa to worldwide fame were events outside of the painting itself, things that happened long after Leonardo's passing. The true identity of the Mona Lisa has been a topic of debate for centuries. Was she a noblewoman or the wife of a wealthy merchant? Could she have been a man or even Leonardo himself? Historians, artists, and curious minds have puzzled over the mystery of who the woman in the painting really is, and it seems determined to stay unsolved. One popular theory suggests that the Mona Lisa was an Italian noblewoman from one of the towns where Leonardo lived. Possible candidates include Isabella d'Este, the Marquise of Mantua, and Costanza d'Avalos, the Duchess of Francavilla. However, the most widely accepted idea is that she was Lisa Gherardini del Giocondo, the wife of Francesco del Giocondo, a well-known silk merchant from Florence. This is why the painting is called La Gioconda in Italy and La Joconde in France. Some theories are more unusual. Sigmund Freud famously suggested that the painting was inspired by Leonardo's memories of his mother, evolving into his vision of the perfect woman and mother. Another idea, explored by Italy's National Committee for Cultural Heritage, proposes that the Mona Lisa is actually a disguised self-portrait of Leonardo. Some even speculate that the figure might be Gian Giacomo Caproti, Leonardo's assistant and possible lover of 20 years. Leonardo da Vinci started working on the Mona Lisa while he was still living in Italy, but he didn't finish it until he moved to France. He was invited there by the French king, Francis I, who asked him to create artworks. François I displayed the Mona Lisa in his palace in Fontainebleau, where it stayed for about a century. Later, King Louis XIV, known as the Sun King, moved it to his new home at Versailles. And a few centuries after that, Emperor Napoleon Bonaparte liked the painting so much that he took it to his private rooms. In 1704, the Mona Lisa was permanently put on display at the Louvre, which had just opened to the public. Later, it was officially declared the property of the French people and recognized as an important part of France's cultural heritage. One of the rare times the painting left France was when U.S. First Lady Jacqueline Kennedy asked for it to be shown in the United States. French President Charles de Gaulle, charmed by her request, agreed to lend it for temporary display at the National Gallery of Art in Washington, D.C., and the Met Museum in New York City. On August 22, 1911, painter Louis Béroud arrived at the Louvre, ready to sketch the Mona Lisa, only to find an empty space where the painting should have been. Confused, he asked the museum's security guards, who thought it had been taken for photography. But as hours passed, the shocking truth came out. The Mona Lisa had vanished overnight. At that time, the painting wasn't yet world famous, but the fact that it disappeared from such a prestigious museum caused a huge uproar. French authorities quickly launched an investigation, interrogating many suspects, including well-known figures like painter Pablo Picasso and writer Guillaume Apollinaire. As the case dragged on, public interest grew, and the French press became obsessed with the mystery. They even offered large rewards for the painting's return. The story spread worldwide, and the Mona Lisa, once relatively unknown, became an art sensation. As it turned out, the painting had been hidden just a few streets away, under the bed of Vincenzo Peruggia, an Italian windowmaker who had worked at the Louvre. He kept the Mona Lisa for over 2 years, planning to sell it to an Italian art dealer. Fortunately, the dealer reported him to the authorities. Vincenzo was arrested, though treated leniently by Italian courts. After brief displays in Florence and Rome, the Mona Lisa returned to Paris in style, transported in a first-class train carriage. Whoever or whatever inspired Leonardo to paint the Mona Lisa, it remains a captivating masterpiece. Even today, it draws over 20,000 visitors daily, each eager to have a glimpse its mysterious smile in person.